Well, it's nice and sunny again.
Hello.
Ah!
You look puzzled. Perhaps I can help you on your quest.
I would appreciate the help.
What do you want to know?
Tell me about the Knight of the Blade.
When the Doge began to abuse his power, which was almost immediately after he was elected, brave people rose to stand against him. After all, Venice was always a city of the free, and the people were unwilling to surrender their liberties without a fight. Things went well, and the resistance grew stronger until the Doge found new allies. You know them. One by one, the resistance was picked off until there were only a tiny fraction remaining. One of them, a woman named Leora, tried to save what was left of the resistance by luring them into a trap. Victor had promised to spare them their lives if Leora would turn them in. But inevitably, he broke his promise. On the night of the Blade, the resistance was slaughtered in a dark place below the city. And that was the bitter end of what was once a free and proud city.
Wow, you're remarkably well informed.
How did the princess become undead?
Victor selected his accomplices carefully. One to control politics and the citizens. That was the Doge. One to scare and threaten the merchant lords. That was Hector. One to silently remove anyone who might be a threat. That was the assassins. And one full with youthful energy to hunt down and kill any that might still stand. That was Chiamaka. Do you know how to summon demons? First, you need to protect yourself. You draw circles on the ground around you, and then light some candles. A very difficult ritual to perform. Then, you whisper an enchantment to protect yourself from harm. Normally what follows is the spell to call the demon. But Victor and his 4 allies didn't. They drew daggers, and they killed themselves while they were inside the protective circle. Do you understand what this means? Nobody had ever done such a stupid thing. But Victor knew what he was doing. After decades of study, he found a tiny gap in the cosmic rules and abused it. They were now dead, yet could not be touched by death. Undead. Death was not responsible for them anymore. No one was. At least, that's what they thought. That was before they found out about you.
Okay, that's a fairly clever way of getting to be undead. Got to give him that. Bit rules lawyery. Bit beautiful what these things are. I'm going to look these feet here. I'm going to look up once I'm done finished talking to him.
Do you know the secret of the Black Grimoire?
I cannot tell you much about it for your own protection. Anyone who knows the full story inevitably loses their wit.
Like you?
Do you see the Tree of Life? Its roots reach down into the Twilight World. And below that is another world. A place that's called the Abyss. From the Abyss, the Black Grimoire rose and found its way into our world. And as long as even a shadow of it remains in our world, we are in great danger. Demons from the other world can sense it, smell it. That is why Victor summoned them. You will have met them, and might even heard people call them lectors. For they were bred only for one purpose: to search for supernatural writings.
Farewell.
Well, that was a nice exposition dump, I guess. Probably giving you a story so far, in case you didn't know what was going on. The Guardian statue thing was quite impressive.
Welcome to my land. Finally, you can see it in the light that it deserves. I did not think I'd live to see it blossom again. I will use my fighting skills to protect it as long as I live, and never leave it again. Thank you for all that you've done. I have taken up my profession as a fighting trainer again.
I can learn new skills.
I want to learn new ways to fight.
I can teach you the strongest of combat skills.
Yay. So what do we have? Well, we already got that one and that one. 50 points to go. Okay. Do me nicely. Time to go home. Back to Venice, having defeated another one of the undead 5. Double check my quest journal. Auntie. Oh god, there's Auntie back in the village. Still no sign of Leon.
You did not need my hand this time.
I feared I would miss another conversation with you.
You came so far, and yet you couldn't prevent Victor from getting his hands on the book.
He didn't take it. The book was destroyed. I burnt it myself.
But don't you see? That book couldn't be destroyed by the most ferocious fire on this earth. All you did was erase its physical form. The Black Grimoire has a soul, and that soul lives on in the Twilight World.
So all Victor needs to do now is reach into the Twilight World.
And seize the words from there. If he finds a way to order them and to perform the final ritual, his hunger and corruption will consume you all.
I'll just have to beat him to it.
You have done well so far. I will help you as much as I can.
Remember, I'm not doing this for you.
No matter how things go from here, this will be the last time we meet. In this world, at least. I wouldn't be honest if I didn't say that I enjoyed our conversations.
At least that makes one of us. I'll be happy when these nightmares end.
Maybe this challenge has consumed your heart after all. If I were able to feel sorry, I would. There is no time to spare. You must enter the lair of evil and defeat the undead Archon. Be strong, my daughter.
No offense meant, my dear Victor, but it is getting a bit deserted in this palace, and we still haven't found out who she really is.
It doesn't matter anymore. The Black Grimoire. It's been burnt.
I guess we can kiss our eternal power goodbye then, my undead friend.
You really are more stupid than you look, aren't you? All the time I've spent searching for this book, but I never knew where to look.
Ah, you should search no more, my friend, for the book is gone for good.
You fool. Don't you see? The Black Grimoire cannot be destroyed. It's not from this world, so it can't die in this world either. The idiots burnt it, so now its spirit shines like a beacon in the Twilight World. And now that I know where to look, that book will be mine.
You want to take the book from the Twilight World?
Not exactly. It needs to be read from the Twilight World. A very painful process, and slow, but it can be done. Speaking of which, my doge. I trust that you have received a proper education, including the power of reading the written word.
Of course I do. Why do you ask?
Wonderful. Most wonderful. It seems I was misguided. You're not entirely useless to me.
What did you mean by painful?
So, you need a garment to which these magic tears can be applied. If I'd needed someone to tailor such an important dress for me, I'd only trust my mother with it.
But Scarlet does not know about her mother.
Still, there's a place where she grew up, and there is an old woman waiting for news from afar.
This would be the old woman who basically told me to GTFO. Oh well. Oh dear.
Hey! What's happening over there?
Move it! Go and look!